Before we begin this video, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon button for more notifications for my videos. Thank you. Hey there everyone, this is Von the Stampede, and this is my top 5 unsung Hollywood episodes I'd like to see be made. Again, in no particular order. Before we begin, I have to let my fellow audience know what is Unsung Hollywood. Unsung Hollywood is a spin-off of the show Unsung, where instead of talking about musicians, it discussed actors, movies, and television shows in the black community. They did episodes like Charlie Murphy, What Is Happening, and The Best Man. Isn't this just the same video as your unsung videos? Fuck off. Let's get this list started.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
This actor doesn't get enough credit. Clifton Powell is an American actor who rose to fame in the early 80s. Powell's career began in the 1980s. Since then, he's already appeared in more than 100 films. Clifton Powell is mostly known for his role in Oscar-winning movies such as Ray, Norbit, and Next Friday.
No! Oh, shit! Say it again! Say something else! Oh! Say something else! Say something else, nigga!
And how come Clifton Powell look like that shady uncle whenever he does a bad guy role? He look like the type of uncle that be asking your mama or daddy for money for his shady business plan. Hey, let me hold a dub real quick. Despite of always playing the bad guy, Clifton Powell is a very versatile actor, especially in 1999 TV television film Selma, Lord Selma. A highly appreciated film, Powell played the role of Martin Luther King Jr.
We're not gonna let any cross burning stop us. No, sir. We're not gonna let any hatred stop us. We're not gonna let nothing turn us around. No, sir. We're moving on. We're moving on.
I'm surprised this guy haven't got an Oscar yet or had any bigger roles. And if you're a gamer like myself, who could forget his role as Big Smoke on San Andreas?
Like it says in the book, we are blessed and cursed.
What fucking book?
Mr. Powell, your story deserves to be told, especially you've been in the acting game for a long time.
All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. All we had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. Say something else. Say something else, nigga.
How annoying could one kid be?
Remember when Family Matters was a show about the Winslows dealing with family and life situations until it became the Steve Urkel show?
Gee, Danny, you sound a little bitter. May I suggest that you just suck it up and get on with your life?
Damn!
Family Matters is an American sitcom series that originated on ABC from September 22nd, 1989 to May 9th, 1997 before moving to CBS from September 19th, 1997 to July 17th, 1998. A spin-off of Perfect Strangers, the series revolves around the Winslow family, a middle-class African-American family living in Chicago, Illinois. Midway through the first season, the show introduced the Winslow's nerdy neighbor, Steve Urkel, played by Jaleel White, who quickly became his breakout character and eventually the show's main character. Having run for 9 seasons, Family Matters became the second longest running non-animated US sitcom with a predominantly African-American cast. The reason why I chose this sitcom to be on Unsung Hollywood because this show faced so much controversy. For example, Jaleel White taking over the show, showing favoritism to Jaleel White, aka Steve Urkel, and getting rid of certain characters such as Rachel played by Tamara Hopkins and Judy Winslow played by Jamie Foxworth. And y'all, they did this actress dirty. Once Steve Urkel came into the show, Jamie's scenes kept getting reduced. They fired her and it seemed like everybody forgot she existed. I wonder what happened between the actor and the producers when she got fired. Hey Jamie, how you doing, girl? You doing alright? Doing fine. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Look, I came to talk to you real quick. Look, you've been doing a great job. Love your work on Family Matters. You know, you're the youngest sister of the Winslow family. You doing your thing, girl. Look, now I got some good news and I got some bad news to tell you. No, what you want to hear first? Good news. Oh, you want to hear the good news? Okay, that's cool. That's cool, baby girl. Look, the good news is that we've been renewed for another season of Family Matters. I know, right? I know you all excited. But the bad news, we're just gonna have to let you go. Wait,
Now I know you all confused and everything, but look, you just not that popular with the audience. I mean, people's like, who's Judy? I mean, it's not your fault or anything, but look at Steve Urkel, man. He's practically, he's entertaining, man. He's part of the Winslow family now. But I'm sure you'll find some other work. It's not like you're going to do porn or anything and it's just going to come back to haunt you. No, I see that you have like a bright future on your hands.
Also, remember when I said the show used to be a family sitcom but became more of a sci-fi show? Go look at season 1 and then season 5. It's a completely different show.
Your mother's a sweet lady. I'm gonna love having her here.
I'm gonna do your laundry, and after that, I'm gonna wash your car and mow the lawn. Tony's having a few people over tonight to watch some TV. Can I go, please?
I'm gonna get my soul. I'm gonna fight you to the death.
What the hell is that?
Even though the show became the Steve Urkel show, you know the producers were Dick Ryan Jalil's white character. It's not his fault, but yeah, some people don't know what really went down behind the scenes.
Fuck Steve Urkel! Fuck. You will suck Steve Urkel's dick!
I'm just surprised Living Single haven't got an Unsung episode or at least a mini documentary after being off the air for 20 years. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, Living Single is an American television sitcom that aired for 5 seasons on the Fox network from August 22nd, 1993 to January 1st, 1998. The show centered the lives of 6 friends who share personal and professional experiences. 3 of the women were roommates: Khadijah James, played by Queen Latifah, the fearless editor of a black magazine called Flavor.
Hey! Oh, come on, Khadijah. I can't do any worse than you with a bum wrist. Sinclair, you almost put your eyes out when we played jacks.
Khadijah's bubbly cousin and assistant Sinclair James, played by Kim Coles.
You might want to back it up, honey.
And the spunky Project Rage boutique salesman named Regina Hunter, played by Kim Fields.
Don't say my name!
Regine.
Spell it!
Their neighbor and their fierce lawyer Maxine Shaw, played by Erica Alexandra.
Delia, listen, it's no big deal. Khadijah's always complaining about how Regine gets on her nerves. But everybody gets on her nerves. I get on her nerves. Sometimes it's my goal.
Dropped in on the women often along with 2 men who shared the apartment upstairs. The suave Afrocentric stockbroker Kyle Baker, played by Terrence T.C. Carson.
But I've come to realize that this firm values the superficial over the substantial. But I cannot violate my personal integrity. My hair is not just for fashion. It's part of my heritage. It is a statement of pride.
And the kind-hearted handyman Overton Jones, played by John Harton.
All Sinclair did was write a letter to get you on this show. I'd like to send a shout out to Butch and Pook, all the boys at the bowling alley. What's up, how you?
You know what makes Living Single a show that was ahead of its time? Showing black romance, especially seeing Obi and Sinclair's relationship develop over the series, showing what black sisterhood looks like and being supportive towards each other. And who could forget Regine wig game? And she wasn't ashamed of showing it or letting people know that she was wearing a wig. TV One Unsung producers, what is taking y'all so long to make an episode about this series? I mean, it's still showing reruns. You guys mentioned them in your network once or twice, so come on, skedaddle. Furthermore, I have to mention about the TV show Friends, if it was an actual ripoff to Living Single. And my thoughts about that is, everybody know Friends is a ripoff of Living Single. There, I said it.
If you find my brother's killer, I'll give you anything.
When she said anything, she meant it. She was talking about doing the nasty. And I like doing the nasty.
This film doesn't get enough credit. And the film I'm talking about today is Hollywood Shuffle, directed, written, and starring Robin Thompson. This film is about Bobby Taylor, played by Robert Townsend, and making it into Hollywood while trying to find a big role, but also facing a lot of trials on the way. This film also featured Keaton Iron Wayans, John Witherspoon, Paul Mooney, and other people who you probably heard of who worked on other projects. One of my favorite scenes in Hollywood Shuffle is the segment Sneaking Into Movies and Shit. A segment where the characters review fake movies in their movie, if that makes any type of sense.
And now, to recap the movies we saw. We both gave thumbs down to that classical shit, Amadeus Meets Hilarious.
We disagreed on Chicago Jones. I gave it a thumbs down, but he liked it, that bullshit.
This film also represents why representation in films in Hollywood are important. Not every black person who is picking roles have to also be a slave, a pimp, or other offensive stereotypes. And making it into Hollywood isn't easy. Robert Townsend himself used credit cards to pay for the film, and I'm not kidding, since no big movie studio wanted to give him any money and he had to pay out of his own pocket. And he did mention this in his own movie trailer.
Hi, my name is Robert Townsend, and it's hard to make a movie in Hollywood, but I did, with the help of a few friends and a few credit cards.
And kudos to Mr. Townsend for actually putting his own money to the film, because Hollywood wouldn't give him a dime. Townsend needs his own Unsung because he has done a lot of things. He's not just Duck from the 5 Heartbeats. So look this guy up, he is awesome.
Dial 1-800-555-COON.
Don't try to be cool, call Hollywood's first black acting school.
Today.
Before we reach number 1, here are my honorable mentions.
Keep your shawl on your shoulder. I ain't even for you to get all freckled after buttermilk I done put on you all this winter, reaching in my freckles.
That said, Luke, I am your father. I said to myself, he's lying.
Y'all can roll with that right there.
Well, we ain't robbing stage coaches. I need something I can set it off with.
I ain't feeling this, Frankie. This ain't right.
Okay.
Anyway, remember the Arsenio Hall show, that late night show back in the 90s that had that black guy hosting? No? Anybody? Well, I'll give you a brief description. The Arsenio Hall show is a late night show. It ran from January 3rd, 1989 and ran up until May 27, 1994. What made the Arsenio Hall different from other late night shows was Arsenio Hall could really connect with his urban audience. Not limited to just urban, but pretty much everyone. He was just that cool young hip teacher that just came fresh out of college that could relate to the students. Like any other late night show, he had awesome guests from Eddie Murphy, Bill Clinton, and other hot celebrities at the time.
Hulk Hogan has been the greatest WWF champion there has ever been.
But I believe the best guests he had on the show were the musical guests from Guy, NWA, Jodeci. And who could forget the 2 live crew performance? White America was never the same again. I would like to see the face of White America in 1989 when they saw 2 live crew and the dancers twerking on national television.
Even white boys got the shout, baby got back.
Arsenio Hall being very popular, why did it end? Here's what I found from Todd Grinder from Quora.com. Quote, the show had good ratings until 1993, only competing against The Tonight Show on NBC up until that point. In 1993, though, David Letterman abandoned the later time slot on NBC, mostly because of the differences with that network, and landed on CBS in direct competition with both Arsenio and Jay Leno. But here's the thing, Arsenio's show was a syndicated show, not a network show. Tons of CBS affiliates were running the Arsenio Hall show and media dropped it when Letterman's show started on CBS. Overnight, Arsenio lost his access to most of his audience. And then later in the year, other shows came out of its time slot, adding to competition. In 1994, with the rating in shambles, the show was cancelled. End quote. But his show did make a comeback in 2013. The debut episode beat out all late night show in viewership that evening. However, after its premiere week in September 2013, the show recording settings ratings dropped to 40%, falling from an average 1.5 rating to 0.4, with 18 to 49 target audiences. While ratings spiraled downward, the show executives was optimistic. It was announced he was getting a season 2, but that didn't happen. I kind of feel bad, like wow, the network did him dirty. I don't know which is worse. Jay Leno's announcement of Arsenio Hall got a greenlit for a season 2 that wasn't going to happen, or taking the Tonight Show from Conan O'Brien.
Arsenio Hall, the Thunder certifies. Arsenio Hall show is officially picked up. Will continue for a second season. Second season.
If I ran into Jay tomorrow, you know, I have no idea what the conversation would be, but it's unlikely. Right. If I had surrendered the Tonight Show and handed it over to somebody publicly and wished them well, and then would not have come back 6 months later. But that's me, you know. Everyone's got their own, you know, way of doing things.
Even though his comeback didn't go as well, Arsenio Hall left a huge impact. I believe his show just wasn't just to please everybody and be like, okay, let me just be a tool and make, you know, people happy and that'll be it. No, he talked about black issues in the community, talked with Magic Johnson with the stigma of HIV, the LA riots, and police brutality. I can say the closest thing we got from Arsenio Hall is the Daily Show hosted by Trevor Noah. The Arsenio Hall show may be canceled a second time, but you can't say that the show didn't leave a huge impact in pop culture.
I'm gonna miss this couch. I've interviewed everyone from Arnold Schwarzenegger to the pig Arnold Ziffel. And now, it's time. Time to conclude this chapter of my career. The party began January 3rd, 1989, and of course, my #1 priority was to send you to bed 5 nights a week with a smile on your face and laughter in your heart.
Oh snap, you made it to the end of the video. Why, thank you. Hey, don't forget to click on that bell icon to see some more videos, and also follow me on social media. I tend to post a lot of stuff on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I am Vaughn the Stampede, and I'll see you later. Bye.